This morning we're going to go to Baboosic Lake, which is 8 miles north of Nashua here, just outside the Class Delta airspace. Going to go there and land and pull up to Jeff's dock, have some coffee with him. Nice little flight, beautiful morning. Nice day to make a water landing or two. Nash Tower, Amphibian 128 Pop Whiskey, ready for departure. Runway 32, be northbound.
Amphibian 128 Pop Whiskey, National on course approved, runway 32, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, 128 Pop Whiskey. Good morning.
Good morning.
Alright, looks like a wind's calm, maybe even a little tiny bit of a tailwind, but not much. Flag's not doing much. Okay, final's clear. Looking into the sun there. Okay, so I'm looking for 5,200 RPM here. That's how I know I'm producing full power. Okay. Alright, 5,200 RPM now, I'm looking for 40 knots. There's 40. Pull back and let her fly right off the ground. Okay, get rid of our flaps here. I'm out of 54 is the VY for this airplane. Gives us about 500 feet per minute. And put the gear up.
Nashua 6700 towers. Midfield looking for short approach with full stall this time.
Okay, gears up.
Approved 32, clear to land.
Clear to land, 0 to.
And I got a couple ways I can check the gear. I get 2 mirrors. Also have the light indication and I have a voice as well, so all kind of redundancy, which I'm a big fan of when it comes to gear landing. Alright, on course approved, let's go land in the water.
Zero to Delta, turn left at Delta, then hold short of Alpha.
Hello, hold short of Alpha, 0 to.
Oh, there's the lake we're going to right there at R12. Kind of a small lake, it's got like a north-south orientation, so really not too much wind right now. I think the wind is supposed to be out of the north later, but right now it's probably just going to be like glass water.
Action towards the tower, action there.
I will turn that down. We're almost out of the Class Delta, we're getting there. We'll be out of it by the time we land.
Alright, going to point 8, 0 to.
Alright, so the gear is up and locked. It's a pretty simple bird, there's not too much to check on before landing. Of course, the gear is the main thing. But there's no carb heat, no prop control. A lot of wilderness out here around this lake. Really get there's a couple landing areas here near little fields, but a swamp over there if you had to put it down. They're on arrival or takeoff, but now we don't worry about that too much. So we're underneath the outer ring of Manchester, New Hampshire's Class Charlie airspace. And we're just now going, we're getting outside of Nashua's Class Delta. So kind of a little busy airspace out of here, but it's a nice little quiet corner. I'd like to come and land, practice water landings. Okay, so at altitude here, according to the Dynon, there's about a 10 knot wind from 350, so that's, I think, on the lake, it looks like there's a little bit of wind, not too much. It's mostly just glass water, but later it's going to be coming out of the north, so I'll land to the north. It's a little easier landing to the north, too. There's not such a big hill, and the trees are a little bit cut out there, so I prefer to land to the north. Alright, I'm just looking for boats, kayaks, swimmers, anything that could impact my landing. All I see is one kayak out there. Looking at some flags, the water's not doing much. You can't see much of a ripple on the water either. I like to be about 500 feet or so above the, maybe 300 to 500 feet above the lake I'm landing on, depending on what kind of a pattern I need to do. Here I gotta stay a little bit high because there's some hills off in the distance here, so. Yep, pretty glassy water out there. Alright, so I'm set up on downwind now. Start to slow it down. Turn base here. Usually I like to keep about 65 as I'm turning base, which are about there, perfect. I can have 1-notch flaps. You can see this good sized hill over here. We need to just kind of follow it down. Alright, turn on final. Gears up and locked. Everything looks good. Get to work on a glassy water landing. It looks like I'll hug the shore to the right there, just so I have a visual reference with the glass water. Okay, now slow it down. 55 or so on short final. One more notch flaps. And look at that's nice glass water there. So what I want to do now is just kind of get halfway down the trees.
Gears up for water landing.
Keep a nose up attitude. Look good, little touch of power here. Driving. Yeah, that was glass. I had no idea when we were going to hit. All right, is down. Alright, so Jeff's house is right over here. Down on the dock with his camera.
Engine speed. Caution.
.494 right midfield, touch and go. Clear.
Check 1, 2. Okay, heading back now to the office. Just had coffee with Jeff on his dock, which is nice. Still real flat out here, that's for sure. The water runners are down. Okay, I'm high-speed taxi down the other end here. But take off to the north just like we landed. Okay, come on, up off the step here. Alright. Once we get around the corner, we'll pull the water runners up and we'll go in. Water runners up. Everything's ready to go, looking good. Okay, full power. 5200, we got it. Alright, we're looking for 30 knots. Now we can lift one load out of the water, now we really accelerate. We're looking for 40 now. There's 40. There we go. I'm out of 54 now. Now we can put our flaps up.
Traffic.
Okay, we got Nash. Nash Tower, Amphibian 128 Papa Whiskey is 8 miles to the northwest inbound for landing. With uniform.
Amphib 128 Papa Whiskey, Nash, Port Midfield, right downwind 32.
Port Midfield, right downwind for runway 328 Papa Whiskey. So this little bird at about 5350 per RPM, so it's a good cruise RPM. We'll usually trim out about 82 knots. That's about most I'll get. One thing nice about this plane is the gear extension speed is somewhere north of VNE, so I can put the gear down early, not worry about it. So now the gear is down and locked. I can see here, got a green dot. It says set up for land. I can look in the mirrors. I can see the gear down there and the gear down there. So 2 checks to make sure. I always like to, as soon as I leave the runway, I always put the gear up no matter where I'm going. Just because I figured if I land gear up on the runway, that might be embarrassing, but if I land gear down in the water, that's a bad thing, so. Okay, so we're coming in, set up for a right downwind for runway 32, and report midfield.
Force midfield. 494, runway 32, clear touch and go. 494.
Okay, we have some traffic on midfield. I see him here.
Short approach. Short approach, Brood.
Nice. Doing a short approach. Okay, so we're at 1,200 feet here. Traffic pattern altitude. Start slowing it up a little bit. So we got traffic in front of us doing a short approach. That's it, the pattern right now. Nice view of Boston off in the distance. Any Papa Whiskey midfield?
Amphib 8 Papa Whiskey, traffic to Warrior, doing a short approach, right base to final. Number 2, clear to land 32.
Okay, we have that Warrior in sight, and number 2 clear to land, 8 Papa Whiskey. Okay, it looks like he's on short final there. Okay, gear is down and locked. Can't check that too many times. Okay, power back. Add the numbers. One thing about this airplane, a lot of drag, so you can let the nose down. It doesn't accelerate too quickly. It doesn't pick up a lot of speed. One notch out here, slow it down. So usually about 60 to 65 here on final. I'll slow it down to somewhere like in the mid 50s. And I can land a little long because I usually have to taxi ways to my hangar. Another notch. Alright, we'll turn off on Charlie here. Puts us right
Amphibian Pop Whiskey off at Charlie, straight in the parking lot of ground point 8.
Off of Charlie, straight into parking, monitor ground point 8. Have a good day.